Welcome back to Wrestling World. A lot of new information has been released about WWE's new ThunderDome. So I wanted to touch on everything that we know so far. So this week officially makes the end of an era and the beginning of a brand new era in WWE. Performance Center shows are officially over as WWE now moves into their ThunderDome arena. The ThunderDome arena was being worked on throughout the week. There were even some images of the arena setup that leaked early in the week, and it was a big deal. Apparently, WWE wanted to keep a few things about the ThunderDome under wraps and have a few surprises to show off on live television. But some of these employees that leaked the arena early sort of ruined that surprise. Now, me personally, if I was running a business at a huge change like this, I wouldn't mind certain little things leaking out early. Early leaks could have its benefits. I think a few leaks here and there about something could really build that hype and anticipation. You take a look at video games and movies, if a poster leaks with the entire release date on it and the artwork, everyone starts talking about it and spreading the news. So that sort of leak really helps build the hype. Some companies even leak things themselves because of that exact same reason. Just get people talking and build hype. That's what I thought was going on here. I thought this was a small leak by WWE to just build some hype, but apparently it wasn't. Reports claim that everyone's job was on the line if they leaked any features of the ThunderDome early. So everything related to the ThunderDome was top secret. WWE ran a test with some media members and a few selected fans on Thursday afternoon. We got an early look at one of the setups and a few of the apparent rules for the new virtual live crowd. First things first, no outside merchandise. Obviously, this includes other wrestling organizations like AEW. If you show up wearing an AEW shirt to your virtual seat to be funny, chances are you will be banned from the ThunderDome. That goes for other outside clothing, and just any fan that starts acting up, it's safe to assume that you will be removed from the virtual arena. There are a lot of things you have to agree to when signing up to be in the ThunderDome. This also includes the fact that you could be fined if you cause too much of a scene in the virtual crowd. So let's talk about the actual setup they used on Thursday's test run, and let's go over some of the pros and cons. The actual entrance stage is similar to SmackDown Live's old entrance from 2016. That's what it resembles to me. The entire top of the arena and the sides are all covered in LED lights, which looks really nice. But let's get into the most talked about part right now, and that's the fan setup because it needs a lot of work. The fans are all around the arena, but mostly in the main camera view. A lot of people are saying lots of things about this setup they used on Thursday, so I'm just going to touch on what I love, but what I think could use a little touch up as well. I love the actual setup of how fans are displayed. They're shown in multiple rows leading up to the top. It's just like how the regular arenas were when each row is more elevated than the last one. So it has the look of an actual arena. I love that part of it, but the actual fans themselves are the issue here. To me personally, the whole background look of the fans is way too distracting. Their presence on screen is basically too dominant. I think the reason for this is because WWE's current setup from the test is allowing the fans to have their room in the background. So every little box fan has a different color behind them, and it looks like a mess with all these different colors being put together. Of course, this is a very new thing for WWE. They're still learning, so it's likely that changes will be made to how fans are being shown, but that's just my main complaint. I think it would look amazing if they make their virtual fans similar to the NBA's virtual fans. The NBA doesn't show the fans' room in the background. It just shows the fan's face, and the background for all the fans is the same gray virtual chair. That NBA design for the virtual fans looks so clean and nicely put together because you can see all the faces, but they all share the same gray background, so they all blend in together, and they look like an actual crowd. But WWE's current way of showing everyone's personal backdrop showing makes it seem like there's too much going on, and it's too much of a distraction. If it's distracting from the viewers, imagine the talent in the ring. I wonder if it'll be easy for them to stay focused with all these different colorful boxes right in front of them. I love how WWE set the virtual fans up in rows, so all their faces can be seen. I love that. But they have to do something to blend them together more smoothly. I think the NBA route is perfect for WWE. Have everyone have the same color background. Feature only their faces, and it'll look more smooth and appealing to the eye. Apparently, the move to the Thunderdome had been in works for a long time as well. Rumors believe that AEW's use of larger venues over the last few months also played a role in WWE's decision to speed up the process to make the move. Speaking of AEW, they also had a response to counter WWE's Thunderdome, and that response is to allow actual fans back into the arena for the shows. Starting August 27th, AEW will allow fans back into the arena with a max capacity of 15%, which will roughly be around 800 people for the arena they're using right now. Fans will be spread apart in the arena as well. So that was basically AEW's direct response to the Thunderdome. Both companies are making major moves there. Obviously, AEW's route is the more scary and controversial path, but they're both making big headlines. It's also being reported that WWE is truly treating the Thunderdome like a fresh restart for the product. This includes big things such as superstar returns and new storylines within these first few weeks of being inside the new Thunderdome. Carmella seems to be one of those likely returns. She was featured in the promotional video and she hasn't been seen since May, so she definitely counts as a major return. Not only Carmella, but a handful of other big returns from superstars we haven't seen in a long time. Current storylines are expected to continue, and new storylines are expected to pick up in the immediate future as well. This was seriously needed and long overdue for the WWE. The Performance Center shows put such a limit on them, and now their options have really opened up significantly. WWE Executive Vice President of Television Production, Kevin Dunn, recently spoke with Sports Illustrated and gave an early preview on how things will work. He had this to say: "We start on Friday on SmackDown, and it will be a learning experience. We have 2 days of testing, and we're going to practice. Then we're off to the races. We may have fans for certain entrances, standing up and cheering for the typical baby faces. But someone like Bray Wyatt, who is so character-driven, the entire Amway Center will be one big Fiend Dome. That's our opportunity to be different from sports, where we can present these larger-than-life characters uniquely. This will be great for people watching at home across the globe, as well as the ones participating." So that's another interesting thing to know right there. Fans will be present for some entrances, but when it comes to superstars like Bray Wyatt, it sounds like WWE will shut the fans off and maybe display some Fiend graphics all over the screens in the arena. So visually, that will be absolutely amazing. Like Kevin said, those character-driven superstars will have a very special entrance, thanks to the new Thunderdome setup and all the technology they now have on their hands. The whole arena is basically covered in lights, and there's some special effect machines in between the virtual fans as well. So the visual presentations is about to really take off. What are your thoughts on all this information about the WWE Thunderdome? Let us know your thoughts on the topic below. Don't forget to subscribe with all those notifications turned on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.